Let's get into the wheat and the tares, though.
Yeah, could do that.
Did you want to read that and then comment on that a little bit?
Yeah, for those of y'all who don't know where it's at, in Matthew chapter 13, right, verses 24 through 30, and the explanation to the parable is found in the following verses in verse 36 and 43 of Matthew 13. So if y'all want to write that down, the parable of the weeds explained in verses 36 to 43 talks about the one who sows the good seed is the Son of Man, the field is the world, and the good seed is the sons of the kingdom. Then the weeds are the sons of the evil one, and the enemy who sowed them is the devil. The harvest is the end of the age. The reapers are angels. Just as the weeds are gathered, it says, and burned with fire, so it will be at the end of the age. So this is talking about what's going to come. The Son of Man will send his angels, and they will gather out of his kingdom all causes of sin and all lawbreakers, and throw them into the fiery furnace, he says. And in that place there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. So there's a separation that takes place, you know. Then the conclusion to all this for the believers is that the righteous, which is us, the Christian, will shine like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. He who has ears, he says, let him hear. You see what I'm saying? And so there is this separation that takes place, but also before that, we grow together, right? That's the whole point, is that we do grow together with those who do not have faith. And so there will be this growing together, this being together. But at the end of the age, there will be this separation that takes place.
For sure. And even like the tares in real life sometimes can benefit the wheat that's there. I've seen that happen in the church too, where someone was not really Christian, but somehow God used them.
Right.
While they were in the middle of the church, everybody was thinking they were still Christian at this point. God still used that person that ended up being a false convert, right? God still used that person to help out someone who was a true convert. I've seen that happen.
Yeah. Well, Judas kind of embodies that. I mean,
right.
That's a hard,
because he was part of the 72 that went out. That was that Jesus
he was part of the
out.
12.
Part of the 12 for sure, for
you
sure.
know? And he did miracles. He handled the money.
Yeah, his role as the money holder.
But
I'm sure it benefited.
That whole time he didn't believe, you know, that could happen.
I think God keeps the tares in the midst of it all because he knows that the tares can still have a good impact on the wheat.
Yeah.
It's just how it is, man. God will use you whether you're part of him or not.
Right. That's within his sovereign right.
Absolutely. You can be a tool.
Yeah.
You can be one of God's tools, whether you're in his personal toolbox or not. God can use you. That's a message that's heard all the time. God can use you, whether you're saved or not. That's not heard a lot, though.
Yeah, true that.
Yeah. Was there anything that you wanted to talk about when it comes to the wheat and the tares?
Yeah.
And as you're saying that, go ahead and put the camera view on you. So we can get a nice little view on you.
What's up, y'all? I ain't got no makeup on or anything like that, so don't worry about that. I think, so the parable is meant to, I think, to, you know, give warning and encouragement, you know, that God will sovereignly separate the two at the end of, you know, the age. I love how he concluded when he talks about the righteous will shine like the sun in the kingdom of their Father.
Shine like the sun. Right?
Jesus is intentionally calling the righteous. He's giving them the right, really, to become sons of God. You know, and so the hope for the Christian in persecution and being in the midst of an evil age, an evil world, is that one day we'll be with our Father. You know, we'll be with him, and that's the hope we have.
Yeah.
You know, to overcome the present circumstances that we have, because the Bible is full of that. You know, this hope that is to come, running our race now and then reaching the end, finding our prize.
For sure.
And that helps us endure. You know what I'm saying? And that's important. That endurance in the midst of persecution. That's the thing too, is that's something that doesn't come on your own strength. That's the grace of God. He'll enable you to be able to navigate through persecution and things like that. That's why I've heard stories of saints rejoicing and singing songs in the midst of being burned. That doesn't come from us. That's a faith and a grace that comes from outside of us.
That's not talked about enough.
Yeah, and so, yeah, I think everything that Jesus pointed to for the believers is hopeful and good. And especially we need to remember that in the time where persecution and things are happening to us.